What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Double M Live Show. You already know what it is, man. We got Mr. Mike Nice in the building. What's up, bro?
Hey, man, we back in the blue light district.
Black. Oh, I forgot to.
We
forgot
back.
to bring that up.
We back in the blue light
Back
district.
in the blue light
People
district.
been asking. They're like, what happened to the blue light? What happened to the blue? I said, hey, it's coming.
Blue
Let's
light
work.
Blue light can't be there all the time.
Jeez, you gotta give a little taste, a little splash here and there.
That was like the premiere show.
But we dive right back into
We
it.
back in the
Word
blue
to Trey
light.
songs. I mean, not that.
Hey, hey. But we back in the blue light district. Mr. Mike Nice, DJ Mees. This is where the culture and sports collide. And we got so much to talk about this week. Shout out to everyone who's tuned in. You already know how this show works. We can't do this show without you guys in the comments, giving us life throughout these shows. Season 3, man. Mr. Mike Nice. We are finally made it into March.
Whew.
It's been a year in a pandemic.
I was just talking to my folks about this. Like, it's been a year.
That's crazy.
It's been a year in the pandemic. It's been a little more than a year, some change with Corona being around technically.
Right.
But it's been a long time.
Like, this is where lockdown started to happen.
Yep.
Around this month, people start to be on lockdown. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Just like talking to you, like, man, how long are we gonna be in here? I'm starting to lose my mind. And, the first week or two, it was kind of lit. Not being at work, just
chilling at home. Maybe have a little drink or something. Watch whatever you want.
Extra drinks with you. Watching little TV shows you didn't get to watch. Not knowing, man, really not knowing what this was. Like, if you guys remember back then, we were saying, "Oh, this might last a couple weeks, maybe a month or so." And then then
time just started rolling.
And then the fear was this.
Oh, it's done.
We're not gonna have a summer.
Summer's over. Oh, I remember having that feeling like, yo, are we gonna be able to go out, like do stuff during the summer?
And now we're talking about a full year.
A year later.
A full year in the panoramic.
Pandejo.
In a Panasonic. This is
panorama.
This is ridiculous. This is crazy. And now, news coming out that there's states right now that are opening wide open. We are wide open. Not only are they wide open, we don't give a damn about masks.
They ending the mask mandate.
Ending the mask. We don't give a damn about masks. I mean, I think Texas came out, the governor of Texas came out and just said, yeah, cool with masks and stuff. Or business is booming over here. I think I read somewhere else. I forget what other state I saw that's wide open. But this is, once again, we're about to enter some crazy-ish going on in these next couple of weeks with Corona still around from what I know.
But it's still around. But the way the world or the country is progressing, like come the summertime of 2021, we gonna be in a sense back to normal, kind of. The way things are progressing.
The new norm. I mean, I'm back at work.
People's back at work.
Yep.
Schools are really about to officially open back up. You got states saying, yo, we don't care about masks no more. We opening everything up. We're in phase 3 and stuff where places can open up 50% capacity. By May or June, like we could be back to or the new normal, like you said. But that's the boy Sam said Mississippi's the other state.
Mississippi. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, we're trending to in a direction where things are gonna be, in a sense, wide open, free to do whatever you want. That's how we're moving right now. And it's been a long time coming. There's people probably excited, like, about time, wide open, yeah, let's go. And there's people probably like, are we ready to do that yet? Is it time to get back to that yet? Or is it safe enough to be there? But
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Things go on, man. I in a sense, they just continue pushing on.
But what has changed? I guess the vaccines are coming. Vaccines are coming out. So maybe that's why there's a push really to get things going. See, I'm saying club wide open. I don't think I'm hitting a club this summer. I don't think I'm touching the club this summer. Maybe the summer after I'll be in there. But this summer, I'm gonna treat it like we treated last summer. Last summer, people was outside. We was outside. We was social distance though. I ain't ready to go inside with people yet. Just be safe. Everyone be safe. I know there's gonna be a lot of traveling going on this summer because if Texas and Mississippi are coming out in March saying they're open, it's only a matter of time where other places, especially in the South, are saying that they're open officially. Because I was in the South in December. They was already open regardless. I guess the only thing that was mandated was masks. But let me tell you, they was open.
They didn't give a damn too much.
They didn't. So in here in Massachusetts where we're located, the airports, when you go in the airports, the seats, right, that's social distance. Like you can't in the airport, you can't even be nowhere near anyone because the seats blocked off saying social distance. You can't sit here, see. So it was really spread out. As soon as I landed in Dallas, bro, I didn't see one social distance sign. Everybody's sitting next to each other. Everybody's chilling. The restaurants, there was no, out here there's booths open and then one's closed. Booths open, another's closed.
Got the little plexiglass up and stuff.
There was none of that down there. So they've always been open. Now they're just making it official.
Yeah, I mean, you said you left. I haven't been anywhere. All I know is what's been around Massachusetts. All I know, socially distanced booths and plexiglass between this and that. So I can't imagine going anywhere else and seeing like, oh, come on in. I couldn't even imagine different. What that looks like now.
My cousin was trying to come up here and visit, and he's like, all right, so what can we do? I'm like, cuz
nothing.
There's nothing to do.
Nothing.
And it didn't hit me because when you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, damn, like even if I wanted to, I couldn't take you nowhere.
Sheesh. Yeah, that's the part of the struggle right now. You can't. There's not much to do in a sense, But I live by the motto: the fun is where you make it.
Amen. I definitely know about that motto.
The fun is where you make it.
Definitely know.
Shout out to my fellow college brethren that's around. But that term, the fun is where you make it, rings loud and true, even if we're in a pandemic. So,
cookouts at Sam's. Yes,
the
please.
EP throwing down.
Yes, please.
Shout out to Sam, the EP in the chat. He said cookout's about to be at the crib. Okay, send those invitations.
Please and thank you. But we got a special show for you guys today. Here, episode 74. Episode 74 of Double M Live. Moving up. Mr. Mike Nice, man. This is a special show. We back in the Blue Light District.
Light District,
yes. What do we got for them today?
So, as Marv told you guys, we're here in the Blue Light District. We're also here, episode number 74. Whew. We've been chugging along with these shows, getting them done, episode 74. But as we sit here tonight, on this Tuesday night, I believe it is March 2nd, the year 2020. What they say, the year of our good Lord, 2021. That's what they be saying in the older times. Whatever. We here, episode 74, and on the playlist tonight, we got a lot lined up. So for those of you who don't know, March is Women's History Month. So I mean, hey, women deserve to be celebrated all the time.
Every day.
Not just 1 month, not just a week, not just all the time. Women deserve to be honored, respected. Let me say that again, respected and celebrated. Queens are what we call them. But there's this month here of March that women get celebrated. And because of that, we here on Double M are going to be giving out flowers. We did that last month during Black History Month in February. We were giving out flowers during our different episodes to, people, Black history and whatnot, who deserve flowers, who deserve recognition. So we're going to do that and continue that trend here as we are in Women's History Month in the month of March. Also on the playlist, the George Floyd murder trial is set to begin in less than a week, I believe.
March 8th.
March 8th, the trial is coming up for the cop who killed George Floyd. And as they're getting things underway, they're getting the courtroom set up and everything put together for that trial. It's, I didn't even know it was coming up. it didn't pop out to me anywhere, but Mar brought it to my attention that it's coming up. And this trial could be set up to be something wild. There's been some wild court cases and trials in the history of the United States. This one is most definitely probably going to get added to that list. So we're going to dive into that and the things surrounding that case coming up for sure. Also, something else that we want to talk about that popped off recently in the news. Nike, Nike. Everybody know about Nike, the billion-trillion-dollar company of Nike.
Money.
Making a lot of money. One of their top executives recently resigned because their child was doing some, in a sense, funny business.
Funny business.
Some funny business on the side. And the funny business that the son was doing, can it be considered funny business? I guess, maybe not, depending on how you look at it. But the fact remains that, their mom works for Nike. Not just works for Nike. They're not just a cashier at the local store.
Head honcho.
They top dog at Nike. So we're gonna dive into that whole situation for sure, and a couple other things we want to bring up and talk about per usual. But like we always say here on Double M, these conversations do not roll along without you guys joining the conversation, throwing in your 2 cents, your input, all of that good stuff. So if you're tuned in right now, please please subscribe, hit that share button wherever you are, share it out to whoever's not tuned in right now. Double M is live with Mike and Mees, and we ready to get the show popping.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the playlist, Mike. Nice. As we are entering this beautiful month of March, hopefully, where we are, the snow starts to melt, the sun starts to get a little later.
I don't know what happened today though. The weather was getting a little decent, then just hit us back a couple notches.
I don't want to talk about it. I do not want to talk.
Bad.
It was bad today.
Yeah.
But that's a problem now when you got to go back to work when you're not inside. You got to go back to the cold,
bro.
But Women's History Month, Women's Appreciation. That's what we want to do here on Double M. We've tackled a lot of episodes on some crazy things that have happened to women. We've had topics here that they're unfortunate, and attacks and, like you mentioned, disrespect on women. And it's only all right that we come out and we praise them as well. This is Women's History Month, especially here. We're going to appreciate our Black women as well, due to the fact that Malcolm X said it, man. The most disrespected person in America is a Black woman, and that's just facts. And they, unfortunately, when you look at totem poles, they're the most educated, but how they get treated, where they are ranked in America, they're at the bottom. And it's up to us as Black men. We always say this here on this show, Mike and I, that it's our responsibility to uplift our Black women. And
always,
as Black men in general, we don't do that enough. We don't do it, and sometimes we look the other way, and it's not right. So on this show, as we have this platform, we're always going to do our best to uplift our Black women. And if we don't, we want to be held accountable at all points, because that's what this is about. This is a community that we are trying to drive in, and we will do our best to honor our women every week that we can, especially on this month. We really want to give flowers to them. Do you have anyone in mind that you wanted to speak about?
So yeah, when we came to the decision of we were going to have these series of giving out flowers throughout the month, definitely a lot of different names went through my head of who can I give flowers to, and there's so many women that are deserving of flowers, so many. And I understand that, we're going to be doing this throughout the month. Each episode we have, and like I said, different names will come along, different women will pop up. But I knew I wanted to set the tone, and get this one out there for sure. And this is not to any specific woman, but this is to women in general. And I want to talk about specifically moms and mothers that's how I wanted to start it off with this topic. And it came to mind because, you know, I have a mom. I love my mom. I know a lot of moms out there. I know a lot of mothers out there. I have sisters who are moms. I have cousins who are moms. I have friends who are moms. I've met a lot of great moms, you know, throughout my life. And moms definitely deserve flowers every day, all day, 24/7, every hour, minute, second. Moms deserve flowers all the time because of, you know, the impact they can have on a child's life. And this is, again, this is not to take away anything from fathers as well, but, you know, this is Women's Month.
Fathers could take a backseat on this.
Yeah, this is Women's Month, so we lifting up women and mothers right now. You know, I think anybody can take the seat that I'm in or Marv's in and speak upon, you know, their mother. If they had the opportunity to, I can sit here and talk about what my mother means to me.
Man, speak on it, bro. You got the platform.
Hey,
you might
man,
as well speak on it.
My mother means the world to me. My mother means the world to me. She is, you know, the queen. You know, that's how we look at her. She is my queen. I lift up my mom all the time because she's a great lady. For those of you who know me, but maybe have never had the chance to meet my mother, there's a huge part of me that is my mom for sure. I get a lot of my personality from my mom, 100%. You know, and everything she's done to raise me and my brother over the years, everything she's done to take care of, you know, the family, myself, my brother, my father, everything she does for us is huge. And this is not just my mother. Mothers across the board do this. You know, shout out to the moms who, you know, are raising children by themselves and whatnot. Like, shout out to moms who hold it down day in and day out, grinding for their children, their child, their family. Whether you're a single mom or whether you're in a relationship, you know, whatever the case may be, if you're a mom and you putting in work for yourself and the people around you, I lift you up. I praise you. I honor you. I respect you. And, you know, I'm thankful for my mom. I'm thankful for the moms out there. And I know everybody out there is thankful for moms as well. I could go on and on, but I'm going to, you know, let the floor be open to anybody.
Sam goes, shout out to the mamas, mamas, baby mamas, step moms, and sugar mamas. I'll give anyone some bonus points if they know where that is from. Let's see who knows that, Sam. But yeah, man, moms is huge, Mike. I'm glad I like how you set the tone with that one. Moms, like, my mom is everything to me as well, bro. Like, that lady, as much as she gets on my nerves,
I don't want to get into that part.
She's like you said, she is my everything. She's probably gonna call in the middle of the show right now because that's what she does. She just has moms have amazing timing.
Woo!
Their timing is every time I pick up a call, I'm like, yo, your timing is incredible. Like their timing is impeccable. They just know when to call at the right. Or sometimes you may think it's the wrong time. But moms are great. I get everything from my mom. Competitiveness. If you know me, I'm very competitive when it comes to games and everything. And that's from my mom. She used to whoop my ass in like Super Mario when I was 3 or 4. Ruthless. No care in the world. But that's what moms are, man. The most caring, strongest person I know is my mother. And I've been blessed to have friends who are mothers now, and just seeing them, how they're contributing in the world and working, going to school, and being a mom, a great mom at that. So definitely, you guys deserve all the flowers here.
Always
on Double M. This is the platform where, you know, we want to make sure that you guys are lifted. Doesn't need to be on Mother's Day and whatnot, but, you know, women, moms, taking care of, especially like raising sons. Like moms raising sons is incredible to me because you're raising a boy to become a man as a woman. It's not an easy thing to do at all.
Nah.
And they're able to do that. Because when I think about that, how will I be able to raise a daughter? Like I'm gonna need women's help with that. So for women to be able to do that, 100% shout out to all the moms out there.
Yeah, I'm thinking what you just said. My mom was in in a household of myself, my older brother, and my father, surrounded by all men. And she dropped it over the years. I wish I had a daughter. I just wish there was a daughter here to, balance things out or whatever. But, being in a household surrounded by still a fantastic, phenomenal, awesome, amazing job she did. I believe in raising us, being a huge support system for my father as well. Everything that, she's done. Moms deserve the world. When your mom is a huge impact in your life, and they always deserve the world, and continue to do that from here on Double M. Continue to show the love and respect to your moms all the time. Cherish them, hold them tight, love them, all that good stuff.
For real. I got another flower I want to give out.
Yes.
This one is someone who's recently popped on the scene. And I think her impact is going to be huge. My flower is going out to Amanda Grossman, the 22-year-old Black woman who spoke in the inaugural. She did her poem in the inaugural. She's incredible. Just her mind, going to Harvard, and just how she carries herself, the way she speaks, just watching her interviews and everything like that. I know she's going to go far, but what she's going to do for the kids who are watching is why I want to give her flowers. Because I know there's a lot of people already throwing flowers at her, but I just want people to understand the impact that she's going to have on little kids of color, seeing that. Because this is not saying, okay, shout out to Kamala Harris. Oh, you could be vice president, or you could be president, these high statures. But you can also be this 22-year-old woman and speak in front of a nation about what you believe. That's attainable. That's there. It's not something far-fetched. It's right there. You can make an impact. And I think that is, like, words can't express how important that is, how huge that is for a Black woman, a young Black woman, to go on the inaugural and deliver such a powerful poem flawlessly, and then be able to represent herself for it's incredible. Like, I was really impressed by her. I follow her, and I love what she's doing. And I think that, kids are really, boys and girls are really gonna see the impact that she has and what she can do, and understand that, hey, this is something that we can do. I'm just seeing myself. I saw myself on TV. Poets alike to see themselves on TV and be like, this was a Black woman who was proud, who was very proud of who she was. And I just loved everything about it.
Yeah, to have that position and that opportunity, they're not pulling anybody just to come up to the inauguration and make a speech or do a poem. They're not just pulling up anybody in this, but obviously she was in a position where she had the opportunity to do it. And then, like you said, the fact that young people can look at her and be like, well, she's not that much older than me. She's not that much older than me. She's a young lady having the opportunity to do what she did, stand up at the inauguration at the Capitol building in front of the president-elect, the vice president-elect, former presidents, thousands of people in Senate and Congress, and all of that. People watching around the country, around the world. That platform that she had to do that, people sitting at home wherever could say, well, she looks like me. She's not that much older than me. And if she's able to obtain such a level, I can strive to do the same thing. So I hear you, Marv. I definitely agree 100%. Definitely want to give her flowers as well for just what she was able to do. And then just continuing to open up the eyes to the masses that you can strive to achieve and do something similar to her. It was amazing to see, for sure.
Yeah, I love everything about it. I'm looking forward to seeing what she's got next. I know that she's aligned in a great place where she can do a lot. So looking forward to that. Once again, this is Women's History Month, man. We want to celebrate women. We want to celebrate women on Double M, and give them their flowers. Let us know who you guys
Yes,
you know, want to celebrate here.
Drop those names in the comment section for sure. If you want to give out flowers, we definitely shouting them out. I don't care if it's your mom, your auntie, your sister, whether you know somebody.
Everybody getting a shout all month. They all getting
women
shout
are getting
outs.
praised on this show. You know, women are truly great.
I tell you, I love women.
Marv, women are great.
I tell you.
And you know, again, this conversation could go on more. I will never understand how one can walk this earth, especially being a man. I can never understand how you can walk and want to disrespect a woman.
And so this, what type of disrespect? Well, like, what do you mean by disrespect?
I'm gonna dive into something. You know, like I said, these conversations go wherever we want. It's our show.
It's your show.
It's our show.
Do
We can
what
do
you
what.
want.
Me personally, when I hear about a woman getting raped, I want to tear the roof off of every. I was gonna swear. I want to lose my mind when I hear about rape in the news. I can't even stand seeing rape in movies and TV shows. I'll dead ass be like, I don't want to see this scene. I'm all set. Because just the idea of that drives me so insane that someone would want to take advantage of a woman in such a manner. Even talking about it now just gets my blood boiling.
Yeah, that goes beyond disrespect. Right now we're talking about pure evil, violation, and I mean we built from the same cloth, Mike. Like movies,
yo, I don't want to see type of rape scenes in movies, even though they're fake. It's a fake show, fake movie. It's not real.
The thought,
but just the idea of like they're gonna depict that in a show or something. I'm just like, nah.
And to think, bro. Let me not cuss either. I'm trying to respect this. This shit happens every day.
Yes, and it's wild.
It happens every day, like in silence. There's women who who get violated in silence that doesn't get talked about because men feel like they have the privilege or the power for some reason to take advantage of women. And it's sick. It's sickening. It's sickening. You hear stories about this, you want to do the worst to these guys.
Oh man.
And like when you I'm never one to wish any harm on anyone, but when it comes to issues like rape,
sexual assault,
man, I'll tell you right now, I'm the only human. I think of the worst for them. And I hope for the worst for them. Like, oh, they're going to jail for that. He'll be taken care of. Yeah. It's just you know, it's sickening. Women don't ever in their lives deserve any of that. What we got here? Sam brings up a good point.
Pop that point in the what did he say here?
That means we got to check our bros too. Rapists ain't always strangers, unfortunately. That's true.
Hey man, facts, Sam.
Sam, that's what one thing that, you know, I'm starting to come to realize when we talk about accountability is your friends. You're not with your friends 24/7. You don't know what happens behind closed doors. But if you hear about something, as your friend, you want to protect your friends, you want to protect your loved ones. But you need to hold them accountable on that. And it's not easy. I definitely think that's a challenge I've been trying to bring about myself. When I hear issues, or if I hear something that's someone I know, you know, my first reaction is, oh, it can't be true. No way they did that. Instead of really sympathizing on what's going on in that situation. It's something I'm even trying to work on myself. And just, you know, holding people around me accountable and having these conversations with my brothers and being like, no, like, we can't, the way we represent ourselves, we can never, ever in life go out and try to harm, disrespect women, people who brought us into this world. Like, that can never be done. And I think when you're young, when I was younger, I would definitely look the other way. If I heard something, seen something, I'd look the other way. And it took a long time for me to realize, as a man, I need to speak up, and I need to say something, even if that person is a loved one. It's not easy, but it's something that I've grown, especially, with the things that have been happening since like past couple years, definitely matured.
Yeah, I think it's like you said, as a man, and as you continue to grow up and mature and things happen in life, the different experiences, it comes to the forefront more that there's nothing wrong with holding people around you accountable. Nothing wrong whatsoever. It doesn't matter if your bro, your friend, or relative, whatever the case may be. If it's wrong, speak on it. We did an episode, season 1, about the sad situation with what was that young lady's name? I think her name was Jazzy Correa.
Jazzy.
That story of Boston, that sad story about that young lady.
She left with the man at the bar.
Yeah.
And then he ended up killing her.
Yeah, and stories like that, it's sickening. That story, that's one of many stories that come up. And again, there's probably stories out there that we don't know about, that don't get talked about, that don't get highlighted. But I mean, if you're in a position where you can call somebody out on wrongdoings that they're doing towards women, do it. Don't hold back. Let it be known. Like, it's tough to talk about because again, it's very upsetting and frustrating. But at the same time, we have this platform where we can definitely speak on it 100%, 200%, 300%.
Yeah, and we'll continue to, like you said, like when these topics come on, we're not going to shy away from it.
Yeah.
As difficult as it is, because one, we're holding ourselves accountable. As as the audience, we are telling you guys we will be speaking on shit like this because it's really important that we bring up topics where we have to hold each other accountable. And speaking of giving flowers, we got some women in the comments right now. I want to give some flowers to shout out to Sister Sai.
Hey,
Sai's in the building. Definitely gonna have another announcement with Sai coming up later today. Shout out to the Girlfriend's Guide podcast.
What's going on? Appreciate all the women tuned in right now for sure. Like we said, it's Women's History Month, so we're giving out flowers, and we're gonna continue doing that all month long. When you see our show come up, know for a fact that we are showing love to women, something that doesn't just need to happen 1 month, all the time, 24/7. We're gonna do it.
For sure. Any other things you want to, I don't want to leave it off on that on a gruesome note.
I hear you.
Gruesome note. But as you were saying how much you love them, women are just beautiful.
Oh, women are beautiful, man.
I gotta say, I love me some black women.
Black women, it's just a beautiful sight to see.
Something different.
It's a beautiful sight to see.
Like when you're around black women, you just feel comfortable.
Like
you just feel at home. You just know everything's gonna be all right.
Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be
the essence,
all right.
the cocoa butter, the melanin. I just love it, and I appreciate y'all. And I always tell you, I appreciate y'all for what y'all do, because you guys do not get it told enough. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the beautiful black woman. And if you haven't been told you're beautiful, you are beautiful. Let your hair out. Be natural. Be whatever.
You.
Just be you.
Be you.
Be you. F what everybody else says about you. Like Sam's just said, you are the gold standard. Platinum standard. And nobody can take that away from you.
Never.
And if Double M says it, that means it's correct.
Yes.
No one can take that away from y'all, man. Appreciate all the black women from all around the world.
Woo. Again, we'll continue this conversation nonstop all month long. Women's History Month. We giving flowers on Double M, but let's move along here. We want to change gears a little bit and talk about a trial coming up March 8th, I believe, which I think is next Monday. We have a trial coming up of the murder of George Floyd. Everybody remembers when the video came out and that whole situation started to unfold. George Floyd getting murdered in the street, caught on camera with this police officer, Derick Chauvin. I believe that's his name, something like that.
Don't matter.
With his knee down in George Floyd's neck while his life is just being taken away from his body, and nothing was done about it. The police, all their officers standing next to Derick, nobody did anything about it, but it was caught on video camera. And to fast forward, unfortunately George Floyd lost his life, but this man is gonna be standing trial. And with his trial coming up, as they prepare and set up for the case, TMZ reported that the courthouse where the trial is taking place is being surrounded by barbed wire and a whole bunch of different kind of fencing, and TMZ says etc. whatever else that means, for this courthouse where Derick is going to be standing trial for murdering George Floyd. And I'm reading the article a little bit more here. The courthouse is going to be heavily reinforced to block out the general public, and construction workers have been hard at work for the past week fortifying downtown metropolis with force fields and whatnot. Sounds to me like they're expecting the worst. Mm-hmm. And they very well, damn right, should be expecting the worst. And I don't mean that like, I don't mean saying, when I say expecting worse, I don't mean as if like day one trial about to pop off and bricks is going to go flying through the window. What I mean is, we know the judicial system in this country. And if anybody can sit still and say they believe that, quite possibly, no one can sit with a solid, straight face and believe that this is going to be a fair, simple, easy trial. Because I think to the general public, they'd be like, well, you saw the video. The man had his knee in his neck. How many days do we even need a trial to put this man, let justice be served? But the U.S. judicial system, the man has to be tried with a jury and the prosecution and the defense and witnesses and evidence. You know how it goes. But they're expecting the worst. And you know what? It makes sense, because we know in this country, things don't shake out fairly sometimes when it comes to trials and cases in this situation.
Yeah. Prior to this even being a topic for the show, a couple weeks ago, I went back and just revisited the whole George Floyd situation, because although it was several months ago, and time moves on, it doesn't get publicized as much anymore. The George Floyd murder was really wild. And I know I'm just saying that, but that was the one murder of a black man where the whole world saw it and was like, this is ridiculous.
That sparked a lot.
It sparked a lot, where the whole world took a pause and said, no way. Is this what black people have been talking about for hundreds of years? Is this the tribulations they've been speaking of when they talk about police brutality? Because there's been other cases where black men and black women have been gunned down with cameras, but it's never gotten to where we saw a man kill another man with their knee on their neck for 8 minutes.
Life just being taken from their body.
We watched a man plead for his mother, and we watched the boys in blue stand there as if nothing wrong was happening. And then I went back and I watched our shows when we covered it.
Oh, that was a show. That was a show that night.
And I couldn't even finish watching it because of the emotions in our faces. And like this was a couple of days after the fact, and we were damn near in tears. And this happens to us every single day that we get harassed. We get shown that we get harassed. We're the only, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. We are the only people as Black people that open our phones and see ourselves getting killed. If it was anything else, anybody else, the videos are not coming out like this. It's being censored. Things are being hidden. With us, they want us to show us being slaughtered. When we get slaughtered, it goes viral as a celebration. We have to withstand that within ourselves every single day. We have to deal with that trauma every single day. And it wasn't since George Floyd. It was before George Floyd. When we leave our house, we have to think about how we act could be the last time we enter our homes. Is George Floyd open eyes to people who didn't want to open eyes no more? But yet we've seen events happen after George Floyd with Breonna Taylor and her not getting her just due. Something clear as day. With George Floyd, as I'm sitting next to you, Mike, I could tell you right now, he's not going to get his just due. I don't feel it. I don't see it. You already look. They're saying it was a drug overdose. Like, to even try to comprehend something like that is crazy. But this is America, right? Childish Gambino, this is America. This is what we have to deal with every day. We're going to get reminded of George Floyd, the trauma, the hurt, and then here comes the insult to injury. Derick Chauvin could walk away.
Like, no one can sit in confidence. Like everything you say, the countless videos on and whatnot are out there. No one can sit in confidence and be like, "Oh yeah, he's going to jail. Like it's over for him." Because if you know the history of this country, and especially if you're a Black person in this country, and you know how the judicial system has treated us, you don't have confidence that a fair trial is going to take place for this man. They can show the video of him kneeling on George Floyd's neck over and over and over and over again, and you still don't think that somehow in the courtroom justice will be served. Like I seen in the comments, our boy Sam said it. Like Derick literally can walk out free because that's just how it goes sometimes. No one can sit and firmly believe that it's going to be a fair trial or justice is fully going to be served because we've seen the history over and over again. Right, some comments coming in here.
So I said the scariest thing is we're getting numb to seeing it happen. And
very true.
It's by design. That's by design. At what point is society supposed to get numb to seeing somebody being slaughtered? At what point is that supposed to happen? But because it happens to us every single day, what we see in our neighborhoods, what we hear from our friends and our family, and then what we see on TV, you start to get numb to it. If there was a video to drop tomorrow morning that goes viral, your reaction won't be the same. I remember crying when I watched what happened to Alton Sterling, I believe 5 years ago. I wouldn't have the same reaction to that if I seen it today. I was bawling my eyes out with Alton Sterling. Because it's repetitive.
Yeah.
Repetitive over and over and over again. This is what we go through. Naturally, you feel numb.
Yeah, like you said, if a video dropped tomorrow of somebody, another Black person getting killed, you'd watch it and be like, probably, damn, again. Which is the craziest part. The craziest word that probably could come out your mouth or go across your head. Just damn, not again. Damn, another one.
Another hashtag, another name.
another face on a t-shirt. Like that's where it is now. And like I said in the beginning, this trial that Derick Chauvin is going to be on, there's been a lot of crazy, wild trials in the United States history. And the verdicts going one way or another can spark chaos, can spark a lot of different things, depending on how this trial goes. And the crazy thing is, Minneapolis, or wherever the trial is taking place, they got a sense of that. They have a sense. You think in a country so big and high and mighty like United States, where the evidence, in my opinion, is clear cut, this trial, like I said, this trial shouldn't last long. How long does a jury need? How long? Like, what else do you need to talk about? But because people in Minneapolis know, hey, look, there's a chance this could go wrong, so let's fortify the city and put up barbed wires and fences, because yes, there's the possibility that this can go wrong. The fact that that's even an option shows you where this country has come to. That the state needs to fortify the cities and the streets and the courthouse with barbed wires and fences, because they believe that things can go very wrong and a riot can start. That's the kind of country and government and judicial system that surrounds us.
And when they place those barbed wires and the fences and things like that prior to the trial, who are they trying to say these are for? Do you still have that TMZ?
I believe.
Can you read me the headline of that the TMZ thing?
Let me pull that up. TMZ headline: Trial courthouse barricaded, barbed wire fencing, etc. It just says reinforced to block out the general public.
The general public. And who are they trying to say that the general public is? They're trying to say that black people are going to wild out. And so that's why we have to put up barbed wire and fences. And it reminds you of what happened in the summertime. And how they try to make us look, right? With the looting and trying to say, look at these animals. I believe Sam brought up into the chat. And then on TMZ tweeted with the article, George Floyd trial courthouse barricaded with barbed wire. George Floyd trial. It's not a George Floyd trial.
George Floyd's not on trial.
It's not a George Floyd trial. I'm very confused.
George Floyd's not on trial. George Floyd's on trial?
It says George Floyd trial. Why?
God rest his soul, but I guarantee you George Floyd won't be in that courthouse.
Why?
So why does the headline say George Floyd's not on trial?
It's these type of manipulations that, like, the general public, that they want to say, is gonna not see past that. We know what the hell that means. We know what they're trying to do. These are the battles. These are the small battles that we fight for. George Floyd trial. What the hell are you talking about, George Floyd trial? This Derick Chauvin trial.
TMZ knew putting the George Floyd name was going to catch the attention. But yes, George Floyd is the one who lost his life, in a very unfortunate freaking situation, but call it what it is. I know TMZ want to get the headline and the top, all the views or whatever it's called, these different news, outlets. George Floyd's not on trial here. The man who killed George Floyd is on trial. The man, or if you want to be politically correct, the man who had his knee on George Floyd's neck is on trial here.
The murderer, and it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. It's only Derick. It's a damn shame.
That's a whole different conversation. Because when they shuffle him out of the back room in the handcuffs and have him stand behind the desk, who need to be standing next to Derick? I know there's a couple of them there. But that one police officer in the main video that is just standing there, just telling people, "Get back, stand back." I don't know his name. I know his name was out there before, and I believe they all got arrested at one point. But the rest of them walked.
They're all chilling.
They all walked. That main, I know there's a lot of them there, but that one main dude that was just standing there knew what was taking place behind him, but only wanted to focus on the crowd in front of him and just tell them to stand back, get back, stay back. He needs to be standing right there next to Derick. The rest of them do for sure. The rest of them, they all play a part in that. But that one dude, just as bad as Derick over there kneeling on George Floyd's neck, that one dude who knows what's going on behind him, but only want to look at the crowd and tell him, hey, stay over there. Don't. He needs to be standing right there too.
It's incredible, man. It's incredible. And I mean this wholeheartedly, and I believe this 125, 2,000%. Had Derick Chauvin had his neck on a dog, that wouldn't have lasted 30 seconds. If Derick Chauvin had his damn knee on a dog's neck in the streets, that wouldn't have lasted 30 seconds. They treated George Floyd. The emotions are coming back, but the way they treated that man is exactly how the men in blue see us. Is exactly how the men in blue see us. 8 minutes. I challenge you to just be on your knees on the floor for 8 minutes. It's gonna hurt. That's a long time. You have to be dedicated in your head to take this man's life. 8 minutes doesn't go by like this. You ever worked out? You're doing a plank. You can't even plank for 8 minutes. You plank for 1 minute, you're shaking.
Bro, they don't, I'm not even trying. They don't even hold. You watch wrestling, they put you in a submission move. They don't even hold the submission move for 8 seconds.
Like,
you tapping out after like 15 seconds because you're done. You passing out. You can't handle it, the pain, the pressure no more. A knee. I'm knocking on my knee right now. You know what I'm knocking on? This is a bone. Listen, man. I'm gonna just leave it like this. Police officer, what's their motto? To serve and protect. Serve and protect.
It ain't for us.
When you watch a video like that dude kneeing on George Floyd's neck, you gotta come different than your motto being serve and protect, because it's lost right there. It's lost right there on me.
Pete brings up the man you were speaking on trial, was telling him get back. You know, he was an Asian man, a minority himself. Man, once you go blue, once you're in that area, you part of that system. Like black, white, Asian, they've proven many times how they're going to treat us and how they look at us and what's their goal. And the pandemic, perfect time for them to withhold their power over us, or try to withhold their power over us. And that's not right. I fear for what's going to happen during this trial. You know, this you brought it up, Mike. There's going to most likely be chaos. You know, I'm hoping we're not going to see another Ferguson and such like that, but it's gonna be chaotic. We saw what the world did this summer. And when I say the world, I really mean the world coming together and marching for unity. But
yep,
it's gonna take a lot more than that. We'll be watching this very closely. Getting back to you guys, of course, on George Floyd and this trial. When it comes to police brutality and trials, this might be the one that's really, I mean, we know we got Rodney King, but this might be one that really, catches a lot of attention.
Yeah. Like, Rodney King, opened a lot of eyes, and the Rodney King situation still gets talked about to this day. But I think because the whole, not just the country, but the whole world was had their eyes open to the Floyd situation, the George Floyd murder. It's gonna take on a wild life of its own, and
Yeah, it was it was a perfect storm, right? People weren't doing anything. Social media is huge.
yeah, and this time
How
we living in,
brutal it was just a perfect storm for this to get to where we are right now. So
we'll be following.
we'll be following.
March 8th is when it begins. So let's see how it goes for sure. March 8th is when it begins. But
if y'all see any BS headlines on social media, make sure you call it all out. Call it all out, because as long as there's no accountability, BS headlines are always going to continue like that. And so I know this is something I never appreciated, and that TMZ thing just got me hot.
This is crazy headline for sure. But we got to chug along here. On we could talk about George Floyd and police brutality and just our thoughts and feelings on that over and over again. But the conversations will continue. That's one thing we do here on Double M for sure. Make sure the conversations continue. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Another story that dropped. This is wild story. I guess a little bit on a. I kind of find this story funny. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of find this story funny. But a Nike executive, resigned from their position after a report of their son using, their credit card for a sneaker resale business. So, when I saw the story, I thought to myself, like, listen, people out here reselling shoes all the time. People have little, low-key businesses, those hustle, doing their thing, selling shoes all the time for sure. But this is a little different. What was her name? Ann Herbert is a top Nike executive, vice president and general manager of Nike North America. Like, that's top dog position. You head honcho, you got one of the upper seats at the table. But your son, Joe Herbert, 19 years old, got a little side hustle reselling sneakers. And on top of doing that side hustle, used her credit card to help further the business.
Come on now. Come on now. Listen. Sneaker culture is no joke.
Ah, man.
Sneaker culture is something, very, very, very big. And if you know anything about sneaker culture, when there's big drops, everyone's, especially now, no one goes to stores anymore. A lot of things are very just digital. On your phone, you're gonna cop the hottest sneakers,
order it, bam, come to your crib.
The days of waiting in line for days, camping out for shoes, those days are damn near over. Like that's not gonna happen no more. Now it's waking up at a certain time, getting some phones, go on your laptop, and try to be the first one to get the hottest sneaker that comes out. If you're a regular, most chances are you're not gonna get those sneakers. Because even if you try the hardest you can, your damnedest, it just gets sold out. And you sit there, you're like, yo, how the hell did that happen? How in the world did that happen? And you're thinking about bots. You're thinking about like, and Irk brings up here, she owned the sneakers app. It's all connected. This woman owned the sneakers app. Sneakers app is where you could get the quickest release, where everyone tries to get the sneakers from. You got this dude using the credit card, buying out all the sneakers and reselling it for double, making a $20,000 profit.
Sheesh.
I mean, And people want to come out and say, "Oh, don't blame her. That's her son." And now y'all exposed her, and now she had to drop down. Come on, y'all really gonna say that this wasn't all connected? Like she didn't know?
The thing is, she knew.
Exactly.
Because they said in like 2018, she brought something about the son's business or something like that. She brought it to Nike's attention. I don't know how much she brought to Nike's attention, but obviously 2-3 years later, business was still booming for the boy.
And Nike, and this is a problem with sneakers in general. Nike don't give a damn. Nike does not care. You're buying our kicks. It doesn't matter to us. We'll keep it hush hush. We don't care if the public doesn't get it. You want to resell it. Now this lady has to step down. It's because she's making a lot more money off of the resale.
You holding a big position, but then you got a side hustle where you kind of going behind the back of the company you work for. Now it really don't look right.
It don't look good,
especially with your credit card being used.
It's so bad. But it makes you think that how many others are doing this, right? How many people are in the inside that are able to, hack the system or beat the system,
manipulate the system? Yep.
Put their own money in, get the sneakers, and then resell it. There's pictures out now on social media where people just have boxes and boxes, a damn warehouse of kicks that they just resell, and that's just their job. But how they're getting it, you got to have the inside. It's a dirty, dirty game. The sneaker culture is a dirty, dirty game.
There's people out there, sneakerheads and whatnot. I commend y'all. Doing your thing, doing your research, getting the latest, and hey, I commend y'all. It's a wild game, dirty game, whatever you want to call it. What's this comment coming in here?
We got Daft saying, if you work for Nike, you literally sign a contract saying that you cannot resell any of the products. Literally supposed to be terminated for that. Well, there you have it. You would have to. It makes sense that you would have to sign a contract like that, because when you work there, one, your discount's already crazy.
Yeah.
You're going to get a crazy discount, and then you're the head honcho, and you're using a credit. It'd be too easy. It'd be way too easy to do something like that. That's since she worked there on Just Retail, and every time you buy anything online, it says you can't resell.
And Nike said, out of respect for you holding this position, vice president or whatnot, we ain't just gonna fire your ass, all right? We're gonna let you resign. So don't necessarily.
Guess I have some digging.
They said, we're not gonna fire your ass. Out of you've been holding down this position. We appreciate, because they said she's been working there for like 25 years or something. Yeah. She's been in the game for a long time. And I ain't just talking the Nike position. She's been in the game for a long time. But they said, look, just resign your ass, pack your stuff up, and get the hell out of here.
Because now you're gonna make us look bad.
Look, we just gonna get this situation cleared up, but resign, pack up your office, everything, and get out of here. Man.
Also a great point, Sense. You costed Nike money because you're buying with the discount. That is also very
taking true. Money out of Nike's pocket because you're using a discount to get the products for cheaper. Slick, real slick lady. What's their name? Herbert.
The Herbert family.
Herbert family. Joe and Ann.
Hope they're not related to the football player.
Oh boy,
he's got a bright future.
Ann Herbert's the mom. Joe Herbert's the son.
19
years old.
These kids are out here hustling.
Woo. And the thing is, Mom, just get your son a damn job at the company.
This was making a lot more money than having their son have a salary. This kid was making bank.
But you run the risk of this situation happening.
Yeah.
Mom, I know you just say woman's appreciation, but
Pete,
get your son a job.
She's not the first to have come up with this idea.
She's not.
She's seen it from others. She just happened to be the one who got caught. You got, and now everybody else has known how to move.
Hold on. Whoa. Daphne's saying employee discount get 40% off. If you top dog executive, Yeah, it probably more than that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
They was working
they
the
was-
system.
Bro, they was working. They was working. It was more than 40% too. I forget what other stipulations was involved, but you get the Nike discount, then there was another type of discount that you get. And
Funny business. I just thought get your son a damn job. Let him work his 19 years old. That dude could have been 25 years old, top executive something in the company because your mom already been there for so long. Like he could have rose through the ranks.
don't
Like
get it. 19 years old, this dude was already making six figures. He was already making six figures.
my question is, now that she's resigned and all this information is out there, what happens?
Oh,
Like,
that's a good question.
is he still like, all right, mom, but like you can't use the credit card anymore to get the discounts, but you still can run the business because you, like we just saying, this has been happening all the time, and not everybody has an inside connect to have somebody work in the company and get the discount. So does the business for the 19-year-old take a little hit? Well, do they just keep it pushing? Now you can make your mom the vice president of your little company. Mom can leave Nike and come work for. There's a name of their business in the article.
For real?
I don't know. I'm playing.
No, don't do that.
Maybe they got a family business name. You could just put the mom at top dog of the family business.
I'm guessing,
I don't know.
they probably have a plan B somewhere. Who knows?
They got money saved up.
But the sneaker culture is no joke. We thought this was a good story to speak on. Just
Slow comedy. I think it's hilarious. That's just
the madness behind it all. But oh man, if you are new and you are watching the Double M live show, please give us a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Just hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. However, it is Women's History Month. It is Women's History Month, and we're celebrating women here, and we have an announcement. We have an announcement here on Double M Live. You know what I'm saying? And we have one of the lovely ladies in the comments right now. She goes by Sai, aka Sayonara. But Sai is gonna be joining the Double M team. She's gonna be hosting her own show with a co-host, Kiki. Shout out to Kiki as well. They got their own show called Sundays with Sayonara under Double M Media. Two beautiful Black women ready to spread, joy, laughter, talk, music, mental health. It's about to be a dope show. You guys are gonna see the announcements coming out this week, so
stay
be prepared.
tuned.
We're really excited for this one. Sundays with Sayonara. Be on the lookout. Follow us on IG Double M Media. And yeah, any last thoughts, brother?
Also, continue to be on the lookout for our guy Josh and dropping his Soul Brother Grooves episodes. He has a latest episode out. Top 5 rappers of this past decade. Great conversation he had. Great thoughts and opinions he provided in that episode. So if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Our bro Josh holding down Soul Brothers Groove. And of course, I shouted him out before, but our guy Sam, aka Cutie with a Gap, aka the executive producer, helping us out, pushing all of these shows along. Shout out to Sam as well, doing his thing. Yes. Double M to the moon.
Double M to the moon. I love it. Shout out to everyone watching. Shout out to all the women out there. We'll continue to praise y'all, respect y'all,
all
give y'all flowers
every
all
day,
month long, and as much as we can on this platform. It's Mike Nice, DJ Mees. This is Double M Tings. You know about that? I thought you was doing the Dragon Ball Z. You don't know about that. This is Dragon Ball Z.
It's the click, bro. Come on. You ever see Shawn Michaels on this thing?
Nah, bro.
Hit the music.
Nah, bro. Dragon Ball Z, bro.
This dude asked me about Dragon Ball
Fusion, bro. You never seen the Fusion?
Fusion? Isn't that a drink? Isn't Fusion a drink?
Before this man starts disrespecting,
I thought Fusion was a drink.
Before he starts disrespecting the world,
I know disrespect.
Before I fight this dude,
no disrespect.
We are going to get out of here. Double M, subscribe, like, share. We love y'all.